And we are back. For anybody who was waiting for me or wondering where I have been during this month hiatus, just taking care of personal things in life. I traveled out of the country for the first time since I was a child, my first time in my adult life. It was on a cruise. It was lovely, and basically taking the time off of there to recuperate and get my personal space in order. I'm also going to be moving here to a new location pretty soon, so you'll notice the change of scenery within the next month. Nothing but good and positive things taking place since I have last spoken with you guys, but I'm not going to spend too much time on that. It was definitely a well-needed rest and break from this YouTube and Rumble content creation, but I am back, and we are going to lead with one of the bigger stories of the weekend, which was the Iowa rallies. Both Desantis and Trump were slated to visit Iowa at the end of last week or at the beginning of the weekend, and only one of them made it. Trump mysteriously canceled his rally, and a lot of people are speculating that was because of the extremely low turnout. There are a few people who showed up to the rally who posted pictures and shared how many cars were in the parking lot, how many people were actually standing outside ready for it to happen. And they're saying that not a lot of, it's basically embarrassingly low numbers compared to where it would have been for, rallies of the past. Basically saying that the popularity of Trump is dwindling. Meanwhile, Ron DeSantis had a rally where many people showed up, but people, on the other hand, are trying to nitpick this and make fun of the way that Ron DeSantis laughs and call him a traitor and a betrayer of Trump and so on and so forth. And, you guys, the Trump diehards, are going to have to grow up one day. I've said this many times in many of my past videos, but one day Trump will pass away and you won't have a choice but to vote for somebody else. I'm sure that there are some people who are, after he passed away, are going to be like, wow, that is the death of democracy. Oh, do you remember the times when we used to have legitimate elections and when there was a candidate who stood for the people? But those are people who are already given up, have already given up on life. There's a huge group of those people who vote for Trump or diehard who are going to realize the error in their ways, but it's going to be too late. They're not going to just continue down that pathway. So this message would be for them, urging them to, one, grow up, two, to wake up and not get woke, but at least realize the path that you're headed down. It makes no sense. Trump is done. DeSantis is an objectively better choice. I've always expressed my support for him ever since I've had this YouTube channel where I talk about these kind of things. And anybody who doesn't understand the difference between them, I just don't really know what I could tell you. It is very obvious that there is one who is more spry, youthful, clean cut, ready to tackle what is necessary, fresh, with a better track record as far as what he is currently doing and what he has consistently done in the past. So I don't believe that all of the attempts to smear Ron DeSantis are going to work. I think it's very obvious, that he is the better choice. The Iowa rally was just one microcosm of this happening. And mind you, Ron DeSantis has not officially announced that he is running for president yet. On the day that that happens, you will truly see how futile getting behind Donald Trump is. And this is not it's 50-50. You know how some people are still really thinking that it's 50-50? I mean, on Timcast, they still talk about it like there's even a chance. I'm telling you that not only is there not a chance, anybody who would be voting against Ron DeSantis in the Republican primary is doing it out of stubbornness or not. There's no way that you're doing it out of good faith. So I understand people who view, you know, politics as sports and they pick their favorite and they stand behind them no matter what. But I dream of something different as an American. This is not just a sport for me where I pick my favorite character and we go to battle with the other characters and whichever team is the most, you know, like the most popular. It's an aspect of it. I get it. Like, and, you know, the banter in that regard is fun. But, you know, we do have a country to save, like everybody always says. And it would be much easier to concert our efforts as conservative voters. I'm not a conservative. I'm populist nationalist. I talk about this all the time on my past videos. If this is your first time seeing me, go back and watch some of my old videos. I talk about that all the time. I am voting with conservatives during this election cycle because they're the best thing smoking. I've never voted with Democrats, so it's not like I've switched, but I wouldn't be opposed to it if they had a better game plan. But I don't see that in the foreseeable future being the case. So for all intents and purposes, when I refer to us, we, blah, 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 the voting bloc, I'm pretty much talking about Republicans because that's who I'm going to vote with. I mean, it's obvious that the Democrats are not doing anything for me personally. So I think it's a no-brainer to vote Republican. I think it's extremely a no-brainer to vote DeSantis, and he hasn't even announced that he's running yet. I can't wait to see how many people in the country feel like me. And just so you guys know, all of the followers are going to be right behind us. And not only that, when DeSantis bests Trump in the primary, all those people are going to be like, oh, we always knew he was going to win. We always knew. We just wanted to show our loyalty, blah, blah, blah. They're going to say a bunch of dumb stuff. That's cool. I'm probably going to, I would say that I'm not going to make fun of you, hold it against you, but that's just out of character for me. I'm definitely going to make fun of you guys and hold it against you. But with that being said, that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the additional support from you guys. So let's all put our big boy thinking caps on. Let's communicate openly and without emotional bias. And let's rub our 2 cents in together to win ourselves an election here. Sounds like a good plan, does it not? So yeah. Alrighty. I am back. Glad to be back. And you guys have a good morning. You know I'll be back at 7.